Ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing today? My name is BCCO, or Belgium Waffles, or Andrew, and today I wanted to talk about something very important, I thought, and something I wanted to give my opinion on today, which was the political assassination of the activist Charlie Kirk in Utah Valley University. On this channel, it's mostly gaming and fun things. We usually don't do politics at all, and we usually don't get dark unless it's like an old joke from long ago, and we making light of a dark situation. So this is like a very weird video for me to upload, especially, and now it's late. I mean, I was planning on doing something for this the day of, but I didn't know how it would be received on a channel with no viewers and where I never do things like this. But I wanted to give my opinion because I feel like everyone should have their own opinion, which is why I definitely am against the political violence that took place in Utah Valley University. So while doing my bio notes for biology class for college, I found out actually through the video, the close-up video where you see it happen, and I felt sick. My stomach was sick. I felt like I had to throw up. This was about 20 minutes after the actual shooting happened, so I had to look into it for myself, and I found out he was in critical condition. Now, I followed it out for the rest of the day and did, find out when he passed away, unfortunately. So, I have always had somewhat of a conservative leaning. I don't know why. It was just naturally how I felt with views and different discussions. I voted for Trump in 2024 on the first year, for my first time ever being able to vote. So I was very proud of that. And I've never pushed in anyone's face because, yeah, I mean, we should be able to live in a world where it's not pushed out. But you should also be proud of your political views and be proud to be in a world where we can debate each other on it and discuss. Now, the reason why I made this video was not because of the whole actual political assassination, as I didn't want to talk about it originally on the channel at all, but it was my reaction to basically the onslaught of negative energy from it. The fact that so many people were celebrating his death. I'm not one to befriend and cut people off just because of one thing sometimes or from certain political views. So although I didn't cut anyone off, I didn't say anything mean to anyone for celebrating it, I truly believe that it was sick where people are celebrating the death of someone, even if you didn't agree with him. Again, I never really agreed with him. So people like this, and people like this, with these TikToks where they are just explicitly saying that they are in favor of not only gun violence, but political violence and the death of a husband and a father. I've never had a problem with anyone who I knew was liberal or left, but the problem is it really just looks bad for a lot of people who are left because, there's just an onslaught of people who are liberal and left defining who are just posting things that are just sick. And I'm not saying this is everyone on the left, especially since a lot of people did come out, and even the two people who Charlie Kirk debated the most, and I've seen compilations of these two people debate Charlie Kirk, this guy here, and this other guy. I'm sorry, I don't know names like that. I really don't pay attention to the names. Again, I never really watched Charlie Kirk all the time. I only watched him when he was on my For You page, or sometimes when I wanted to watch specific videos and he was in it, sure. But again, I wasn't an avid supporter, avid watcher of his stuff. But these two guys, even his biggest ops, the two people that he debated and discussed with the most, both cried. Now, again, people will sometimes say that's just because they want to appear human, but honestly, it's called human decency. If you see someone who you physically have interacted with die, either in front of you or on a video, you're going to feel some sort of either empathy for them or their family, or at least you'll feel bad. So the fact that some people are out there celebrating and dancing and singing and just cheering, there's no human decency. It's sick. It is sick. Now, we all know, at least everyone who is sane knows that Charlie Kirk didn't deserve to get shot in front of a whole crowd. No one deserves that. We've had political assassinations dating back to the 60s, the 50s. So my main message and my main opinion is that political violence needs to come to an end in some way or form. And I know that that might sound kind of vague, and it is. I just feel that political violence between the two sides needs to stop. As someone who has friends in both areas and is mostly able to get along with people of any type, because it's never worth killing each other over. And again, this political violence that we see is also in the Democrats' part too. I mean, we saw Melissa Hortman in June. That was widely not really talked about, unfortunately, but her and her husband getting killed in Minnesota. She was a congresswoman. So, unfortunately, political violence is everywhere and it's on both sides. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry to make this a really depressing video, and also it being the next video on the channel, because I was supposed to upload Detroit Become Human episode 4 today. But I decided not to, and talk on this, because again, I watched it all unfold. I was planning on doing something, and I decided to wait until the day after, because it really just, I didn't know how it would be received and if anyone would watch the video, because, you know, these videos get like 20 views at max. So, you know, I'm not too worried, but it's you know. And to anyone watching this, I'm sorry if you had to either witness it in person or you had to see the video. The video is really bad and really graphic as someone who watched it. And my prayers go out to the Kirk family, his wife Erica, and the kids. I know he has 2, and they were both under like 5 years old. I'm not even a religious man, but I will try my best to pray for them, as I do know how to. So, and it's a very unfortunate thing, and I really hope that the country heals together more than tear itself apart with it, because I hope none of anything else like this happens ever again. And you know, we don't talk politics here, but like I said, prayers out to the Kirk family. I am so sorry that that had to happen. And also, I want to apologize for all the kids who had to witness that. All the college kids who had to witness that and think that they were getting shot up first before they realized it was just against him. Or the ones that supported him and watched their ideal get shot in front of them. And one thing I also don't get is the people who are celebrating, the leftists that are celebrating the murder, aren't not thinking about the people who physically saw him get killed 30 feet away from them. Everyone there is either going to be more radicalized in their beliefs, either supporting or going against him, or they're going to just be downright traumatized of what they saw. So no matter what, that killer just either radicalized a new wave of conservative people who just believe the same thing as the person he assassinated, or he's just traumatizing a whole bunch of young kids. Young kids who need to be thinking about their safety, their future, but anyway.